they just released, Breitbart got hold of a meeting, the first all-staff meeting that they had at Google after the Trump election, okay? And there too, they're crying. So let's just play a little bit of this. Ruth Borat, she is the chief financial officer, describing the night of the election to the entire staff of Google, fighting back tears.
I want to take you back to 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday night. I was at home with friends and family watching the election returns. And as we started to see the direction of the voting, I reached out to someone close to me who was at the Javits Center where the big celebration was supposed to occur in New York City, somebody who'd been working on the campaign. And I just sent him a note and said, are you okay? It looks like it's going the wrong way. And I got back a very sad, short text that read, people are leaving, staff is crying, we're gonna lose. That was the first moment I really felt like we were going to lose. And it was this massive, kick in the gut that we were going to lose. And it was really painful.
Note the use of the word we there. She's talking to a room full of people, assuming all of them are on the same side. There's so much to say about what she just said, that we're all on the same side, and they probably are, because if they're not, they get fired. We know that. They fire you for disagreeing on all these social media companies. Google fires people if they think men and women are different. So she's fighting back tears. It's so terrible. And let's also remember who Donald Trump was running against. Right? Let's remember that he was running against, I don't know what C means on a classified document. I had no idea those documents were classified. I just saw the letter C. I thought it was like Sesame Street or something like that. So the whole thing is so absurd, as if there weren't two choices to be made there. Maybe it was Gorgo versus Godzilla, but that was the choices we had. Those were the two choices they had. And she's just assuming that the arc of justice bent in the wrong direction because she lost an election. Now, they keep telling us that, they actually put out a statement after Breitbart releases, but that doesn't affect our actual work. Well, we know it affects their work. We have an email showing that they used Google to direct, especially Latinos, to get them to vote because they knew that they'd vote for Clinton. They believed it was. The people actually doing it said in a stolen email that they believed that this was something they were doing to help Clinton. There is a movie coming out, a documentary called Creepy Line. The Creepy Line. And it's about the power these people have. And I just want to end with that, because I want you to remember, this is just a mindset. They're the ones who are afraid of conversation. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody or have anybody on this show. They're the ones who are afraid of conversation because they're the ones who've created the system in which there's their way and there's hatred. And this is just a reminder this is the trailer for this movie Creepy Line of just how powerful they are.
Facebook constantly manipulates their users. They do it by the things that they insert into the news feeds, and they do it by the types of hosts they allow their users to see.
They can suppress certain types of results based on what they think you should be seeing, based on what your followers are presenting.
It's what Google and Facebook are doing on a regular basis by suppressing stories, by steering us towards other stories rather than the stories we're actually seeking. That's the real manipulation that's going on.
I was a design ethicist at Google, where I studied how do you ethically steer people's thoughts.
It will always favor one online music service over another and one candidate over another. Google and Facebook has the power to undermine democracy without us knowing that democracy has been undermined.
There's what I call the creepy line, and the Google policy about a lot of these things is to get right up to the creepy line but not cross it.
These guys have so much power, and they talk so much about making the world a better place and serving humankind and all this stuff. They would serve humankind so much more if they would teach people to talk to one another instead of defining hate for them and defining fake news for them and editing people and censoring people. If they would just introduce ways to debate, they would do so much more for humankind, because that's the problem we have, that we're not talking to each other.